Are you on the verge of burnout and exhaustion from your career? Maybe you love what you do, but are lacking peer support and professional connections. Then you need to come to the 2-day Social Connections Virtual Summit happening September 25th and September 26th. This 2-day social wellness and relationship building summit is unlike any other you've ever seen. When you join the Social Connection Summit, your professional relationships are going to transform. You will be inspired by our dynamic speakers who will be sharing actionable steps to help you set boundaries to prevent burnout, schedule your time effectively, restore your emotional and physical health, and so much more. You will have ample opportunities to connect with your peers, develop new relationships, and even forge friendships with our curated networking sessions. And there's more. For those of you who want extra support and personalized guidance towards reaching your goals, you may book a complimentary one-on-one coaching session with a world-class coach of your choice. Don't miss the Social Connections Virtual Summit September 25th and September 26th. Get your tickets at patternsofpossibility.com/events. Early bird ticket sales end soon, so get yours today. Go to patternsofpossibility.com/events. That's patternsofpossibility.com/events. Hey, what's going on? My name is Coach Lee Hopkins. My pronouns are he, him, his, and you're listening to the Patterns of Possibility podcast. This is a podcast dedicated to helping you replace harmful patterns with new possibilities. In each episode, we'll explore topics that inspire you to be yourself, live your truth, and make lasting connections. In this episode, we're going to talk about this second guessing, I think. Maybe. Should I even talk about this? I'm not sure. Maybe I will. I'm not sure if it's a good topic to talk about. We're going to talk about second guessing, I think. Yeah, let's talk about it. Are you ready? Let's go. Did you like that intro? I'm not sure. I don't know if that was a good one because I didn't even think I was going to do that. But I just kind of came out. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Shoot. Is it too late for me to go back and restart this episode? I mean, it's not live. I don't know what to do. I don't know. All right. That's enough of that. The second guessing. That's what it kind of sounds like. That's what it sounds like, second guessing. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe I should have. Maybe I don't. You look, what I believe, and I hope to impart this upon you too, is that you do the best you can with what you have. If you spend a lot of time second guessing yourself or thinking you could have done or should have or could have, would have, something along those lines, perhaps I didn't make the right decision, you miss the opportunity to really live in the moment, to be in the now. And that really doesn't do well with relationships. I mean, it doesn't mesh well with relationships because we are attracted to people who have a sense of certainty about themselves at the very least. Maybe you won't be certain that it's going to rain today or be sunny tomorrow about things that you can't control. But we are attracted to those people who seem like they understand more about something. And you are the only one who is living your life. You're the only one that understands, should understand more about you than anything else, than anyone else. And if you go look at yourself with uncertainty, with, I'm not sure, maybe, more often than not, I'm not saying that second guessing is a thing that won't happen to you. You may struggle to make some decisions sometime. But quite often, if you are second guessing yourself, it's going to cause you a lot of pain and disconnection. Imagine, going out to eat and driving all the way to the restaurant with your friends or with people that you know, and you decide, maybe not. Should I have picked another restaurant after you drove all the way there? You drove 45 minutes to get to this place. Should I have done this? Second guessing myself. if you're doing this, I want to challenge you to live in the moment and to take the experience, because you have it. You're there. It's already there. Go find joy in the experience that you have, or that you have chosen, and decide whether or not you like it or not. That's it. That's all is to it. Don't want to be stuck in this constant questioning. You're going to spend all the time trying to figure out where to be or what to do, rather than have either of the experiences that you were thinking about having. And truth be told, that's why I stopped ordering from DoorDash. Well, actually, I changed my diet and everything. But that was a big thing that used to happen to me when I was working in corporate and I had an opportunity to just, get food delivered to me. I would scroll on the app for such a long time. It was like indecisiveness, indecision. And I would look back and forth between, maybe I'd narrowed it down to 2 restaurants. I look back and forth and I'm just like, this one or that one. But this one has a coupon, or this one has some kind of special. And then the next thing I know, a half an hour had passed and 45 minutes had passed before I even chose what it was that I wanted to eat. And then I'd have to wait for the food to get to me. I lost all of that time having an experience. But let me help you out with this decision-making piece. Second guessing, you're second guessing for some reason. You're hesitating for some reason. If you are hesitating, one of the things that I like to do is to think about how I can possibly have the experience another time. Just put it aside, like whatever it was that I didn't want to do, next time I won't do it, or next time I will do it. I'll go do the different thing. But I always believe that I'm going to live in the now. And so that I made that decision, I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to find joy, more specifically, in the experience that I had. The joy in the experience. So let's say you do go out to that restaurant and you second guess whether or not you should actually eat at that place. Go eat at that place. Find joy in the experience that you've had. Even if the food is absolutely awful. Even if the food is the worst and the service is terrible, the prices are high, you can't find anything immediately joyful about that place. What I want you to do is think about how you'll be able to go to the next place. Not even that. Let's step it back a little bit. What I want you to do is think about how you were glad to know now what it was, what it is. You were glad to know, because the reason why we second guess in the first place is because we think we might have something better. If you had gone, or if I had driven to the next restaurant and I went there and decided, instead of going to the first restaurant, I've gone to the second restaurant, I could even wonder, what if I missed out? You stop that bit of chaos that continues to happen, but about not knowing what the new experience is, or what the experience is going to be for you. So when you're second guessing, you're constantly thinking there's something better. I should not do this, or should I? And you're stuck in that place of inaction. Making an action will help you relieve yourself of that. So instead of having 2 choices next time, you know for certain that you're never going back to that restaurant with the high prices, terrible food, and awful service. Now you know that because you made a choice to have that experience. And so if that situation ever popped up again, where you're picking these 2 restaurants, you'd be like, yeah, I'm definitely not going to that one. Your decision is a lot easier. So what I mean to say with all this is, second guessing will keep you paralyzed. Go do something. Log how you feel about the experience that you have. Specifically, I'm asking you to look for the joy in the experience. And if you can't find joy in that experience, just know the joy comes from you making the decision and making it a lot easier for you to make the next decision. And this is how I like to move through life. It's like, I had that experience. I like it. I don't like it. I'll continue to have it or not. This is how you get to learn more about who you are for the self-awareness piece that I talked about last week. This is how you get to learn more about who you are and what you're looking for in life. If you don't take any chances, if you don't have any of these experiences, you won't get to learn. Hey, Patterns of Possibility fam. If you'd like a little more guidance and hands-on support, then I've got great news. You can hire me as your own personal coach. Go to patternsofpossibility.com/coaching to apply for individual or group coaching. In this 12-week program, I'm going to help you make the meaningful connections that you deserve. After this coaching program, I promise you'll be able to do 3 things. 1, you'll be able to clearly identify who belongs in your tribe and who doesn't. Say goodbye to those people who are wishy-washy, you're unsure of. No, you will know for certain whether or not they deserve to be in the same space with you. And second, you are going to know that your thoughts and feelings are valid and worth expressing. So if you do have feelings about your friends not holding up boundaries or not holding up space for you or not meeting your needs, then you are not going to shy away from telling them. You will be able to communicate your boundaries in a clear, concise manner and advocate for yourself in your relationships. And finally, you are going to learn how to start and stop conversations with strangers and steer them towards topics that are interesting and important to you. I don't know about you, but I don't have weeks, months, years to discover whether or not me and my new friend have compatible values. If you know what you're looking for, you can discover if you're compatible in just a few conversations. If all this sounds good to you and you're ready to make those meaningful connections, go to patternsofpossibility.com/coaching to find out more information. Again, go to patternsofpossibility.com/coaching to find out more information. I look forward to working with you. Now it's time for your listener letters. If you have burning questions about your friendships and your platonic relationships with your coworkers and so forth, let me know. Write me at patternsofpossibility@gmail.com and I might just read your letter out loud. How to respond to "you should have come" when there was no invitation. When someone tells you about how great the night was last night and finishes off with "you should have come, it was super fun," when in fact no one invited you, how do you go about it? I simply just said, if you would have invited me, I would have come. Then things got really awkward and people started feeling bad and kept trying to make excuses for why my invite got missed. Wow, I feel for you here. I know this one's very short. I wish I had more context and more of the story, more of the people that were there, how many people, and things like that. Maybe some understanding of how long they've been planning this event. If they've been planning it for several weeks and your invite got missed, I would be more upset than something that happened maybe at the last minute and everybody went to this event or they hung out just last minute and for some reason you didn't come. I would be a little more upset. I'd be a little more upset because, well, they had planned, they had time to reach out to you. They were intentional about being in the space and it wasn't just a random encounter. If it was more intentional that they were all going to meet up, let's say to put some something to this, let's say that there were 5 people and then there was you. There was like 5 people who planned on going roller skating. And they were like, yeah, it's super fun. I loved it. It was amazing. You should have come. And you're like, wait a minute. You've been planning to go roller skating for 3 weeks and you didn't tell me about it? It sounds like y'all had a really great time, but you didn't invite me. I would just be really frank and front like that. I didn't get an invitation. And I'm pretty upset about the fact that I didn't get an invitation and you're talking to me about how fun and amazing it was. I feel left out. And I feel like you guys don't care about me. I feel like maybe you don't want me around. And they'll be like, no, because they're making excuses for why your invite got missed. No. But, I mean, the writing is on the wall, isn't it? That's pretty clear if they were very intentional about planning something. and with ample time and many communication channels, failed to check in with you. All 5 of those people. Where's Michael? Where's James? Where's Jan? Are they coming? They didn't check in with you. They didn't say anything to you about this. I would be really, really, really disappointed, really upset, really sad. I would feel really rejected in this space. I would feel really rejected around these people. And I would be curious to know. I'd be curious to know, what do they think of me then? What do they think of me? Because sometimes it looks like sometimes they will invite me out and hang out with me because you said that they tell you how great the night was last night. And I imagine that they're telling you how great the night was. You were all together talking because you had said in this, everyone got awkward and people started feeling bad and kept trying to make excuses. I imagine that you all were in person talking about this, or at least all of you had the ability to communicate at the same time, whether it was a Zoom call or a Discord chat or Discord conversation or something like that, group chat. But you all had the ability to talk to each other, like, oh, well, where's my invite? Person 1 says, I don't know, sorry, whatever. The person 2 says something else, like, oops, things happened. Person 3 is like, don't make it weird. It's not a big deal, dismissing your feelings. But if you're in this situation, if you have this experience where it seems like you're being excluded, I want you to lean into that feeling. I want you to lean into that acknowledgement that it happened, right? Because it did. And nobody seems to be acknowledging your feelings about how you were excluded. You're just making excuses. And it's not a great connection. Because I would wonder immediately, what do they think of me? What do they think of me that they would do something really fun and amazing without me, but then tell me that I should have been there when, in fact, no one invited you to be in that space? It's like, nah, we had so much fun without you, and we're telling you, haha, that we didn't want you there. We didn't want you there because how do you know they didn't want you there? You didn't receive an invitation. They've been planning for weeks and you did not receive an invitation. And I know one of the things that we do in our friendships is like, oh, no, maybe I'm making a big deal about it. Sometimes it gets lost. We might make excuses for these people who seem to intentionally leave you out. It's been several weeks. They had an opportunity. They've been planning, probably been talking about it because it seemed to be amazing. I wonder what they think of me. Did they think I wouldn't like the event? Still tell me about it. Still tell me. Give me the opportunity to say, no, I don't want to. It's not something I could do. Or I have a conflict at that time. Give you an opportunity. I would say this is a huge communication issue. A huge communication issue where they're not saying the thing to you. A real great conversation would be, sharing how you feel about what just happened and listening to their responses. And it seems like you made an effort to that, and everyone just kind of tried to make excuses. They don't care that you didn't feel like you were welcomed because you weren't feel like you're welcome. They don't know what to do with that. I'd wonder if you really want to be friends with these people. I mean, I would say I wonder if you really want to. It'd be a great idea to adjust your expectations for handling these people. I wonder, because group dynamics are a little different than the one-on-one thing. There's a leader who takes over the situation and usually directs and says, hey, we're going to do this, or we're going to plan this, or we're going to try this. There's 1 or 2 people in the group that does that, and everyone else usually just follows along. And so if we've got these two leaders, or let's just say one leader of this five group of people, and you're number 6, this person who's the leader, I don't know how they feel about you, but they may not want to be close to you, and they just didn't invite you, and they told everybody else don't invite them, or they didn't say anything, or maybe they just spoke for you and said, look, James doesn't want to come. James is not interested. It's not James's kind of thing. Maybe he won't like it, and so forth, without ever consulting you. And they told everybody else, they told all the 4 other people that you're not interested, and they never questioned it because you don't have a relationship with them. They don't have that desire to know you and to reach out to you, that curiosity. Okay, why don't you want to come? You should have come. Like, it's going to be really, really fun. I'd immediately reach out to you if you were somebody that I wanted to hang out with and our group was planning something. I'd be like, hey, is James coming? Oh, he's not? Well, let me reach out to James and see why. Let me convince him, because I know it's going to be amazing. I know we're going to have a really great time. So come on, James, come out. We really want you. See, it's all fake. It feels all fake in that situation when they're telling you about how fun it was when they made no effort to bring you out to the space. Right? Do you feel that? It's fake. Who are these people, and why do you want them close to you? Maybe you don't want them close to you because they don't really care about how you feel. They don't care to communicate to you. Noticing these situations is going to really help you make those meaningful relationships. And I'm not saying that you want to let go and leave all these people, but definitely note this situation. Notice this situation. Another thing that you could say, because you said here, if you invited me, I would have come. If you invited me, I would have come. And you could do something a little different and say something like, I didn't hear about it until now, but I'd love to join you next time. And I would recommend saying that depending on the group of people that you have, because I will be really direct and honest with those people that I want to be close to. And I would say I didn't hear about it until now, but I'd love to join you next time is something I would say for professional colleagues or groups of other people that I don't want to know deeply, because I didn't hear about it until now. I'd love to join you next time is just wouldn't be true. It just wouldn't be true for me, because I didn't hear about it until now, but I'm pissed off and I don't want to mess with you is more accurate. Given all the stuff I just said about how that shows up. If they really cared, they would have reached out or would have said something to me. If they really wanted me to be there, they would have said something to me. And I don't want to be around people who don't want to be around me. This is just simple as that. If they don't treat me the way I want to be treated, I don't have time for it. But I understand that happens in these business dynamics. They don't want to know you on a personal level, but you still need to work with them. You still need to work with those people. So I would open up the conversation with people that I like, with people that I really want to know, with people that I care about, with people who I'm curious about. Like, what happened? Why didn't you reach out to me? I'd love to know. I'd love to know if you care about me as much as you're saying right now. Let's talk about that. And I would talk to them. But those people who I don't care about, who I don't want to know deeply or don't believe want to know me deeply, I won't bother. I'll say something that is just pretty dismissive and roundabout, like, I didn't hear about it until now, but I'd love to join you next time. So we just put all of it to bed. Nobody's feeling awkward. It's okay, I didn't hear about it. Nobody takes responsibility for anything. We just button that right up and throw it away. And we realize, and because I will know, I'm pretty sure that the next time they're not going to invite me. They did this before. They didn't think about me. I imagine that they wouldn't think about me again. I would think that they would just be a little more careful about celebrating the fun thing that they did without me in front of me. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you like this podcast, share with someone who you think could benefit from this information, and follow me on social media. You can find me at Patterns of Possibility on all social media, and I go live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can catch me and learn more about these social connections and interact with other people who are looking for the meaningful connections, who share the same kind of stories, and be in community. And don't forget to sign up for my newsletter at patternsofpossibility.com, where you will get actionable steps delivered to your mailbox every week. Thanks again for listening. Until next time, take care.